On this episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop.
I'm trying to leave Rain's house.
On this episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop,
We break down again. Alright, so it's the next day. It's currently 2 o'clock and I spent the morning at Motor Edge trying to get registered. So we got the ke70 registered. I rang the insurance company, got it insured, so we're good to drive it on the road. So Jackson's just rocked up and we're going to go and get some tyres. So wish us luck on the first proper test drive. Alright, so yesterday a mate of mine came around and we put the bonnet on. So now we're going to go and drive and get some new tyres because the back ones are rather slick. So hopefully we get there with no issues and no police presence. It'd be nice.
what's happening, Jeff?
We're either out of fuel or the fuel filter's blocked again. It's stuttering really badly. I think it's fuel filter because we're still going.
Yeah, I think the fuel filter's pretty blocked.
Oh, we're done.
No, that's everything.
Fixed it.
It's fixed.
Not sure what we did. Oh,
No,
it's broken again.
it's not fixed.
It's third gear.
And
Just make it to the shade. That's all we need. It's 40 degrees. I don't want to be stuck.
all right, in the shade. Hold the bonnet. We'll check the filter.
It's not very happy. It's pretty filthy. Just keep trying.
Okay, we'll just drive till we stop.
You're still filming.
I am.
Alright, I just turned myself off. So, we may be out of fuel? I wouldn't have thought so. We put like 5 or 6 litres in it yesterday.
Yeah, but it probably used 5 or 6 litres getting here.
We've done what? 2 kilometres?
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe. Or the fuel filter blocked again.
Or the filter.
Yeah, filter.
That has to be the filter. Can you just bypass it?
I'm going to try and, yes,
Clean it?
do something.
Okay. Why is my arm shaking? On this episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop,
We break down again.
oh yuck.
That is black. All here. All here. We're going to be late for our tyre shop date.
We are going to be late for our tyre shop date.
We're going to set the filter.
I think you're right.
Full of fuel again now. So just the filter keeps clogging up. So I have to go and buy a couple of those once we get the tyres, I think.
We got a green light?
Definitely gone the wrong. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
I mean, all of that for
3 horsepower.
it's it's the loudest horse in the world.
1 horse. So we just ran out of fuel, all the fuel unplugged again, and we just passed these blokes a couple minutes ago. And they gave us a thumbs up and saw us break down. So they are going to go and get some rope and come back and give us a tow to the tyre shop.
Yay! Interesting. These absolute legends are helping us out. We just drove past them on our way to the tyre shop, sputtering and coughing and carrying on, and They came out with a ratchet strap to tow us to the tyre shop. Good on them. It's like the Melbourne video all over again.
So we've got about 600 metres, maybe a little bit more to get to our destination. We're now getting towed by a Sora and we have heaps of cars up our arse. As long as none of them are police cars, we'll be fine.
Exactly.
What more could you want to do?
I mean, there are many things I would prefer to do than get towed by these really nice people in a Sora.
Thank you very much to these people.
Yes.
I don't even know what your name is. We didn't even get that far.
Nah, oh, there it is.
Your shoes when it's really hot.
So we made it to the tyre shop with the thanks to the guys.
Give it no excuse to go anywhere else.
Oh, you want to blow it back this way?
Oh, it's coming now.
Ah, there we go. It's coming now, Joey.
See ya. See you next time. Maybe.
Thanks for your help, guys.
Thank you.
See you, man.
See ya.
Beep, beep. Bye, John. That'll be that throttle cable.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
Yeah.
Now it's got fuel. We seem to be fine.
It drives fine. Imagine that. Imagine a car needing fuel, Jeff.
I mean, it had plenty of air and it had plenty of spark.
You missed the bang part of suck, squeeze, bang, blow.
Yeah. There's plenty of sucking.
It's still so Subaru-like though. There's something about it.
It's the Subaru muffler.
Ah.
It's got the Subaru noise in it.
Don't use it all at once.
No, it's a limited resource. We made it home. So we broke down twice, 3 times, got towed to the tyre shop. Then the tyre shop lent us a jerry can. Jackson went with the guys that towed us to the servo, filled up with fuel, got the new tyres, filled it with fuel, cranked it over a bit and got it running again. So we're home and it's time to go sit in the air conditioning. I got some spare fuel filters for the ke70. These ones are that part number. Alright, so as you would have seen the other day, we made it to the tyre shop with a few issues. We made it home with no issues, so that's about a 5-minute drive. So Emily and I are about to go to Jackson and Rain's house, and that's about 40-minute drive, 35-minute drive. So we're going to take the ke70 and hopefully we don't break down. So Emily's a bit unsure about it and she's never been in this thing, so we'll see how we go. But it's pretty lumpy. Hopefully we get there with no issues and this will be a really uneventful clip. But just in case, I'm bringing fuel filters and a screwdriver so we can change the fuel filter if something goes wrong. We made it to Coles and Emily hates it. She hates it so much. So we've made it about 20 minutes. We've got about 10 minutes to Jackson and Rain's house and the card is cut off, so I'm thinking the fuel filter is blocked now. So good thing we brought a couple extras. Hopefully just be able to swap this over and be back on the road. So I just got the old fuel filter out of the car and the fuel is running out really brown, so that should be reasonably clear. You can see how filthy it is. And if you look at the filter, it's quite dark all around the bottom and all around the top. And where the bottom is sitting, so it's sitting on the side like this, all I hear is filthy. So I'm going to say that's our problem.
On this episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop.
We try to leave Rain's house.
Uh-oh.
What seems to be the issue, Jeff?
Fuel filter's still.
Again.
Yep, we've got one more left. So this is number 3. We've got one more left in the car. It's new. We've got 2 naked ones.
And what did you have to do on the way here?
Same thing. We filmed that.
Oh, you did. That's good. Oh, well, hopefully you make it all the way home.
Yeah, again.
Bye, guys.
So we made it about 1 kilometre and fuel cut off again. So I've just tried to take the fuel filter out and see if that was the problem, but we're not getting any fuel to it, so the fuel line's blocked again. So Jackson is going to come down with a little portable air compressor and hopefully blow it back through the other way, and then we should be on the road again. I've tried blowing into that, but I have the lung capacity of a small child, so that didn't work. So hopefully this compressor does the trick.
What's the problem, Jeff?
Blocked fuel line, I thought. But it doesn't seem like we're getting any fuel either, so we just cleared the fuel line with the compressor Jackson brought. And he brought some fuel as well, so we might have to steal that. So this ke70 may have the worst fuel economy ever. So we're going again. We put some fuel in it, that seems to be the problem. Not sure how we used 20 litres of fuel in like 30 k's, but we apparently did. So let's try and get home. So my keys for the ke70 finally arrived. This is the new ignition barrel. So let's chuck this in the car and then I can finally put the whole thing back together. So I've got the new key installed. Works no worries, you just got to push the lock to pull the key out, which is fine. I think that's how it probably was on a ke70 anyway. The main thing to do with this is just make sure that your steering lock's not on when you're trying to put the key barrel in. I was messing around with it for probably 5 or 10 minutes and then took the steering lock off and it went straight in. So just take the steering lock off, then you can push it straight in. Just remember there's that little pin, so you have to turn the key to accessories, push the little pin in, push the barrel in, and you're good to go. Then on the other side, put the ignition key switch back on, and then I can put the bottom half of the steering column cover on. Then I can put the aircon pipe back under the dash, and then I can put the cover on over the top of that. And then the ke70 will be done, other than the shifter boot and the center console. So I just got another car, the ke20. The front's cut off, the back's cut out. Came with a whole bunch of parts. A pair of guards, a bonnet, pair of doors, and all of this stuff here. I haven't even gone through it yet. So a mate of mine found this, one of his mates had it, he was going to take the scrap, rang me, offered it at me for a little bit more than he paid for it, or got for it. So I said, yep, come and bring it over. So he just dropped it off. So this owes me 220 bucks. So even if I scrap it, there's a pair of bumpers, so there's probably 200 bucks, and then the rest of it would be, $20. So I'm going to end up in front with this. So just another thing to add to the challenge. And it came with some scrap metal too. So it's all working out. Just gives me more to take to scrap when I take this to scrap. Alright, so I'm sick of this thing and the fuel issues. So I've got a little bit of clean fuel in here. Got Jackson's jerry can from the other day. So I'm going to run this. This is just a bed sheet. So I'll double it over so it's nice and thin. Should filter the fuel quite nicely. So I'll chuck the funnel in there with the bed sheet around the end of it. Pour the fuel through it, that'll filter that bit of fuel, and then I'll use the old black jerry can and try and get this to pump all of the fuel from the tank into that jerry can, and then I'll tip it into the red one again and filter it through that. So hopefully I'll be able to get a whole bunch of the crud left on the sheet, and then we'll see how we go from there. So I just filtered that clean fuel into this jerry can, and you can see how much the sheet has caught. So now let's try and get the car to empty into the jerry can and try and catch some more stuff. So Dale's come around and he's been helping me with the decanting of the fuel. So that jerry can's full, that jerry can's full. What we've done is put the air line into the return line of the fuel tank, left the fuel cap on, and then taken the fuel feed off into this long piece of hose. And then as you pressurise the tank, fuel comes out the end. So I think we're nearly done, but you can see on this piece of sheet how filthy some of it was. A few really good ones. So hopefully this has filtered it a bit and will save me down the road. Alright, so it's a new day, and I don't know if you notice anything different, but the windscreen on the ke70 is now not broken. So while I was at work yesterday, a guy came around and fitted a new windscreen for me. So it ended up costing $270, and my original quote was $640 for a new windscreen. So that's fixed. One more thing off the list. Now I just got the ignition barrel in as well. So I can put the bottom half of the steering column cover on, the aircon pipe, and then the cover on the bottom. And then the interior is done, other than the center console, which I don't have, and the gear boot, which I bought a t-shirt for $3 from Savers, just a second-hand shop. So I'm going to make one of those later today. And then I'd like to do a quick respray just in rattle cans, just to get rid of some of the surface rust. And then a engine service. Then fix the oil leak, which is coming from the oil pressure sensor. So here we got the ke70 list. So just got to finish off the service, do the gear boot, paint it, and swap the door locks. So I've just quickly swapped over the oil pressure sensor to the original one that was on this car from the other engine, and then swapped over to a new oil filter. So I was going to drain the oil and put new oil in it, and then this is good to go engine wise. Oil changed. It didn't have a whole lot in there, so I'm glad I checked it. So we got some new oil in there, got the new filter, changed the pressure sensor. Seems like it's holding oil now, which is good. And then I chucked in the third fuel filter from the other day, just reorganized it so it's upright, so it works a little bit better. And that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to quickly degrease and pressure wash the engine bay, get rid of any traces of fuel or oil or whatever's in there. And then hopefully never open the engine bay again. Next up for today is to put these three panels on to the bottom of the steering column. All done. The bottom half of the steering column, the aircon vent, and the panel under the steering wheel. So unfortunately I only had a light blue one of these, and the dash is dark blue, but this is light blue anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Just looks a bit funky. So that's the end of this episode. The ke70 is 99% done. Just needs the center console, which I'm not sure if I'll get one or not, and then the gear boot for the shifter. Thanks for watching. LFH Chop Shop.